Welcome to this duck dive tailored just for you. Today we're heading to Antalya, Turkey, well, virtually anyway, and taking a really close look at the Rixos Downtown Antalya Hotel.
Yeah, we're going to see if it might be the right spot for you. We've got some travel blogs, booking site info, reviews, even some bits from social media.
Exactly. Our goal is to piece together a clear picture, location, what's on offer, what people are actually saying about it.
And figure out if it's a good fit. Okay, let's unpack this.
Right. First up, location. Where exactly is this hotel in Antalya?
Okay, so the Rixos Downtown Antalya, it's got a really central spot within the city.
Central, okay.
Specifically, it's in the Konyaaltı area. So you're kind of right there in a prime position for a lot of what Antalya offers.
Konyaaltı, got it. Now, beaches are usually a big draw in Antalya. How close are we talking?
Oh, you're in luck there. Konyaaltı Beach is super close, about 350 meters away.
350 meters, so walking distance.
Totally. Easily a 5-minute walk, maybe even less, or like a 2-minute drive if you really wanted to. Beach days are definitely easy from there.
Fantastic. That's a
Yeah.
big plus. And exploring the city itself, the main center. Is that far?
Nope, not at all. The hotel's only about 1.5 kilometers from the actual heart of Antalya.
Okay, so pretty close.
Yeah, you can easily pop into the city center whenever you fancy it. Does that sound like the kind of balance you'd be looking for?
Absolutely. Beach and city close by, that sounds ideal. What else is nearby? Any other points of interest?
Yeah, quite a few things, actually. If you like water parks, the Antalya Aqua Park and Dolphin Land are just about 1.6 kilometers away.
All fun.
And for a bit of culture, the Antalya Museum isn't far either, maybe 1 kilometer, that's like a 15-minute walk, or a really quick 5-minute drive.
A museum is always good for a change of scene.
Uh-huh.
I've heard about Kalechi, the old town. Is that doable?
Yes, Kelechi. It's also pretty accessible, roughly 2 kilometers from the hotel.
Okay, so how long would that take?
You could probably take a nice leisurely 30-minute stroll, or it's just a 10-minute car ride. Wandering those old streets, maybe grabbing a Turkish coffee. Sounds pretty perfect, right?
It really does. Anything else right in the immediate vicinity?
Definitely. The Ataturk Cult Park and the Internet Stadium are basically next door, like 300 meters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 5-minute walk, 2-minute drive kind of thing. And if you need some shopping, the Migros AVM Mall is about 1 kilometer away, similar distance to the museum.
Handy.
And for bigger shopping trips, the Markantalya Center is a bit further, maybe 3 kilometers. That'd be more like a 45-minute walk or 15-minute drive. So yeah, lots within easy reach.
Sounds super convenient as a base. What about views from the hotel? Anything special?
Yeah, the setting seems quite nice. You should get views looking out over Konyaaltı Beach and, the Mediterranean Sea.
Right.
It's described as having a cliff-top setting as well, so it's perched up above a beach. Imagine waking up to that.
Cliff top, Mediterranean views. Yeah, that sounds lovely. Okay, location seems like a real strong point. Let's get into the hotel itself. What's the vibe? What are they aiming for?
Well, the descriptions are pretty glowing. One source actually calls it a paradise-like experience.
Paradise-like.
Yeah. And interestingly, it's also called a sports hotel.
A sports hotel. What does that mean exactly?
Well, the sources don't detail all the sports facilities, but you'd probably expect, a good gym, maybe tennis courts, that kind of thing. If staying active on holiday is your thing, that's definitely something to note.
Good point. Any other standout perks or features?
A really big one seems to be the free transfer and free access to the Land of Legends theme park.
Free theme park access?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yep, that could be a massive bonus, right? Especially for families or just anyone who loves theme parks. Think about ticket costs that adds real value.
No kidding. That's a significant perk. I think I saw something about it being part of a bigger hotel chain.
You did. It's linked to the Accor Hotel Group.
Okay.
Which usually means, certain standards of service. Plus, if you happen to be in their loyalty program, there might be extra benefits. Always worth checking.
Definitely. Good tip.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk rooms. What are the options like?
They seem to have a decent range. For example, there are deluxe city view rooms, 2 single beds, balcony, about 32 square meters, sleeps up to 3.
Okay, standard setup.
Then on the fancier end, they've got king suites with ocean or sea views, much bigger, 128 square meters, can fit up to 6 people. And importantly, there's an accessible room option in that suite category too.
That's really good. They offer accessible options.
Yep.
Any others?
Yeah, there are also Connection Sea View rooms. These have a king bed and 2 single beds, so good for families or groups, again, sleeping up to 6 with a balcony. And they have an accessible version of that too.
So connecting rooms, great.
And just standard deluxe accessible rooms as well, if that's specifically what you need. Seems like they cater to quite a few different needs.
Sounds like it. Okay, food and drink. What happens when you get hungry or thirsty?
Plenty of choices, it seems. Breakfast, obviously. Then there's the Tarunk Mediterranean bar. Sounds good for evenings, gourmet bites, cocktails, especially in summer.
Nice.
And the Aruna Beach Bar for drinks with that Konyaaltı Beach view. They even mention a bar swing.
A bar swing. That sounds fun, doesn't it? There's also a lobby lounge that does a la carte dinner in the off-season, like November to April, but you need reservations for that.
Right.
And Aruna Beach also does snacks, a la carte style. Plus, if you're near the pool or sports areas, the Tropic Bar in the garden has casual stuff like salads, pizza, burgers.
Okay, so you won't starve. Sounds like plenty of options scattered around. What about other general facilities? Pool?
Yep, got the essentials. There's definitely a pool, a fitness center for workouts. They also have meeting and event spaces, including a pretty big room, 481 square meters.
Okay.
And they mention a transfer service too, which is always handy.
So, seems pretty well equipped overall.
Yeah.
Right, the crucial part.
Yeah.
What do actual guests think? What are the reviews saying?
Generally, the feedback looks really quite positive. On TripAdvisor, it's got a 4.6 out of 5.
That's high.
Yeah, and that's from over 4,200 reviews, so solid sample size.
Yeah.
And the AWOL rating that's likely from Ecor members is also strong at 4.4 out of 5 from over 3,500 reviews. Very encouraging scores. Definitely encouraging. Any specific comments that stand out? Give us a flavor.
There was one from TripAdvisor, pretty recent, April 2025. They called it a very good stay.
Nice.
They highlighted comfortable beds. The sea view room sounds like that's worth it. Very good food and kind staff. They also love the location, close to the center, easy public transport. They straight up recommended it.
That covers a lot of the bases people care about, doesn't it? Comfy bed, good food, nice people.
Exactly. Then we have some of those web user ratings broken down by category. Location gets top marks consistently, like 9 out of 10.
We gathered that, yeah.
Service also scores really well, mostly high 8s. Cleanliness looks good too, generally 7.5 to high 8s. And amenities are rated well, mostly mid to high 8s.
Okay, so strong on the core things. Location, service, cleanliness, facilities. Any areas where the scores dip a bit?
Yeah, a couple things. The Wi-Fi seems to be a weak spot, with scores down around 4 or 5 out of 10 sometimes.
Oof, okay. Good to know if you need reliable internet.
Definitely. Room ratings were a bit more varied too, ranging from low 6s up to 7.7. Good scores also had some range, mostly 7s and 8s. Breakfast got a 7.1 in one rating set, and Vibe got a 5.6 once, which is kind of low.
Vibe is subjective, but Wi-Fi and maybe some room inconsistency are worth noting.
For sure. Depends on your priorities. But overall, location and service seem like the big wins.
Right. So shifting gears slightly the price, what do we know about how much a stay might cost?
Well, specific current prices are tricky. They change all the time. But one source mentioned an offer, 5 nights, just for 357 pp.
Okay, 357 sevens per person for 5 nights. That gives some kind of ballpark, at least for an offer price.
Exactly. But we don't know the dates or room type for that. It's just a snapshot. And importantly, another source from back in August 2024 mentioned hotel prices in Turkey were generally going up because of inflation.
Good point. So that 357 dozen might be outdated, or prices could just be higher now in general.
Very possibly. The key takeaway is you absolutely need to check the current pricing for your specific dates to get an accurate cost.
Makes sense. Always the best approach. Okay, so let's pull this all together. The value proposition, was the final verdict. Does Rixos Downtown Antalya seem like a good choice?
You know, based on everything we've looked at, it seems to offer pretty solid value. The location is a massive, plus that central spot, easy beach access, close to the city and attractions. That convenience is worth a lot.
And the amenities are decent too, right?
Yeah, good dining choices, the pool, fitness center. And that free Land of Legends access is a really significant perk, especially value-wise.
Sure.
Combine that with the generally positive reviews. People seem happy with the comfort, the service. It does look like a strong option. Just maybe keep that potential Wi-Fi issue in the back of your mind if that's critical for you.
So bottom line, is it worth putting on your Antalya shortlist?
I'd say definitely. Given the location, the facilities, the theme park access, and mostly positive feedback, it's a strong contender.
Yeah.
You just need to, as we said, check those current prices for your dates, weigh it against your budget, and decide if it ticks your most important boxes.
Okay, so what does this all mean for you listening in? The Rixos Downtown Antalya looks like a well-regarded hotel, fantastic location, offering that nice blend of beach relaxation and city exploration.
The reviews generally point towards a comfy stay, good service. But yeah, always wise to peek at the very latest comments and definitely compare prices for when you plan to go.
This deep dive gives you a really solid foundation. But what jumps out most to you? Is it being just steps from the beach? Or maybe that free theme park time?
Merriman's priorities are different, right?
Exactly. And here's a final thought to leave you with. Antalya is steeped in history. You've got things like Hadrian's Gate nearby, built way back in 130 AD.
Amazing history there.
So how might staying in a modern, comfortable hotel like the Rixos contrast or connect with exploring all those ancient layers of the region? Something to maybe mull over as you keep planning your trip.